we they bring in we panelists then now, make we can talk serious talk. Make we tell Fambul Lemadu, and from there we go start the program proper. Now, so I go bring in Daniel Oldfield, winner one of Leone. We always now sports reporter now. Yes, Daniel, you can tell Fambul Lemadu.
Yeah, Fambul Nakusho this year doesn't know just long term. We don't talk this year, but you know, it's I guess me company them way some of you work together, some of you colleagues them with you. Let's go tell na ekushe, una listen we, una enjoy we, una join we.
Okay, welcome on board, Daniel Oldfield. And so I go bring in Leslie Cole. Yes, Leslie, you can tell Fambule Madusa.
Leslie Koroma. That's okay. That's all right.
Okay.
I'm glad for the program. I appreciate that. I appreciate the invite.
Yeah, sorry about that, Leslie Koroma. Yes, Arun Rashidin. You can tell Fambule Adu.
We are family Leone. We don't come back. Remind me of talking sport, but we didn't have today for talk concerning FIFA and this suspension of ban who get Leone. I hope so. Una go enjoy them. We look forward for una participation of una can for Colby. Thank you.
Okay, before we start the program proper, I just want for putting a table. Yes, with you, Daniel. Waiting you understand about. You get 1 minute for just elaborate what you understand about Usai Slafa and FIFA team up right now.
Well, listeners, me panelists, them on all know say from 2013, where Aisha Johnson take over from SLFA. Well, how we go there, I know go there, the subject of debate as the program they go on. But it could be recall that from that day, from 2013 till date, football no play. For reasons best known, football no play. Migo Salone 2013, Christmas to New Year 2014. I was the first one we captivate me the stadium now White Elephant because we know I will be left. Me, I won't do talking sports and sports by. We'll be never sports every weekend, but I go to that place, I go to the stadium, I walk around, I'm not even going to the offices there. Then you go no say something go wrong. Then you see the newspaper, the old man they talk about I think the Aisha be slapped Mohamed Kalon. Well, from that Sunday, me do a program, me and we reporter who will not be left there when I did at that time. For just persuade them say, me no come for a judge case, me not sort of stranger, just go worker. I said the only thing we will do, let we believe say football Salone pass all man. Because football, whatever you may say, like the most popular sport in Salone. I take me time 1 hour na radio and television SLBC with what's your body self by ADK or what's in color. We do that program there. I appeal. I just make an appeal for the tempers come down. Let me pull and bury the ego and let sports better in Salone. When we don't left come, the third person at that time there and it's by Kuma choose one part the minister that came to say for the broker piece. That happened. But still nothing will happen because the clubs there, the part of the clubs there don't decide to say they no go play under Aisha Johnson for his investment. But then, now the same club stakeholders, so-called stakeholders, now them put a day on against people. Well, I may not go choose. I may not say not of in the wish of people, but I believe say Aisha and Papa they don't be for football. Lions, Partijan Cole, but I'll not be no aim for football. So, that being said, if they put on day, they for work together as a team. Well, that's they're going to this team to, work with them, they fall out. They don't, the past, ACC boss on the APC, at the something, it's at the Macaulay, indict them in Secretary General, indict in Secretary General Chris Kamara. So, SFPP can meet this thing. Let's have commit this Walla for football. The only thing we go say now, I think say the two things where this current administration do are not go down. We not go down. Well, it's stand to be corrected. The same sports minister, and not say me don't sideline that girl, that Aisha Johnson, and not before in the first place can't call her now. Say can't call her back for go sign letter. That's not blunder. Then just like this one that we passed. we see the chief minister itself come back again. So in essence, if she's been sidelined by the ACC when they impose the law and the confidence sideline, itself grab back, he said, right, let us. So that in a double blunder. But all the same, the only thing I want me to say, Tripoli, out of this now, the leagues, the games they don't play from Thursday, we also for don't play in Ghana, then for go play back in Africa on Monday. After they go now, so nothing will change. Let we manage the ban. Let the ban go on. ACC then tight and grip the investigation go on. If they exonerate, I'm fine. If you're not guilty, fine. But let we use this period. And stress again, let ACC use this period not only for investigate football. The clubs there as well, and all the other associations, be it athletics, let them investigate the all. Because you see some man that they just leave for football, leave for sports, not left for first. Let them only investigate this, let them investigate all the associations there, all the football teams in Africa. Trust me, or Salone. Trust me, that's going at first.
Okay, make a bring in Leslie. Yes, Leslie, I know so you don't follow up. What's in your idea of where we stand as today?
Thank you very much, and Braofi Long talk a lot about. He Long gave a very good background to the whole scenario. We don't want to talk too much about I would say how Aisha came in or I don't come in, because obviously that's an issue in itself. In fact, now all these threats come out, all these but we don't say SLAF as an association very dysfunctional. Man in the way. Bokuma in the way inside the sports, not for the genuine love for the sports, not for the benefits them, the money, all engineering that make some money inside the business. And sports are one thing. If you don't like sports, you do inside sports, you don't serve the interests of sports. You can't forget the genuine love for sports for the you inside and serve, and you make a difference. The gladi people in the gladi, where Salone will go play and do well. Now the team, the essence of sports. Now for let it bring joy to the people there. Let it bring joy to everybody. This whole thing here, this fete here, it don't carry reach a point now. We are the only country, really. This question I ask, Mr. Get a program, a podcast program I can produce. I get that question I ask one of me guests. I say, which country will they across Africa? We don't go for 5 years and not play football. Whose country? Nobody. Nobody. The whole Africa, we're unique. Salone, we're unique. Now the only country we don't go for 5 years, we'll not get league play, we'll not get nothing. We they wonder what you make all man they watch Premier League or they watch foreign league game. Now the reason is because nothing don't broke down at the country. Don't come to a standstill. And when the reason we make somebody, they will take somebody, they install in a position who not for the right reason. Because they want controller, they want get benefit from that position, or they want to do something in the long term way. They don't say if not weak person then we will controller. Now they put 10 people out and put and take person we not qualify, we not deserve for being in a particular position and put on there. Now this whole year, but last week, where they can call meeting with Aisha after they don't declare, say, okay, Anti-Corruption Commission don't declare, say, until then people here face the music, they go to court, they either finding guilty or not guilty, therefore step down. And according to Fifa, the law, with government or any entity, whatever, not forget anything for do with football, which is fair enough. Whether we elect FIFA or not elect FIFA, whether their laws are right or their laws are not right, or whether they're corrupt or not corrupt, the point is they get the rules in. We say get with your rules in our country. Okay, we don't stand say, we don't laws and say, now we don't country say, the Anti-Corruption Commission say if they find you, if they charge you with corruption by the country, so long as you're a public official, you will step down from your position. FIFA on the other hand said that's not government interference, Andy. So the point is, FIFA they're right in their own way, Salone government they're right in their own way. The Salone will protect your own interests, FIFA said they protect their interests. So the point is, we don't reach a point where we get for step back from all this which is where they go on. All this ala where they go on. something there inside will need to be investigated. There's something need for be. They need for clean this house, clean. I mean, this football business they get for cleaner. We'll get to a point where we'll get the right people in the right place. For we'll develop football from the grassroots, from the lowest level, not the country, from them picking them, from them 4 or 5 year old up to the most senior level. So if we don't get the right people, we'll not ever develop sport to that level. The football will not get a chain. Will not get a chain of talent in the way they develop. Where you take from on them picking them 4 or 5 years old to the under 10, under 12, under 17, under 20. We'll not get none of that because the under 17, under 21, and they will. But you know. But the development level where you go from the very basic level all the way to the top. The system not effective. You know, they can say what you want to say. They will take God anyway. They're in a position like you say, oh no, we get. But show me. You show me. Let's see, because me I post with the cover sport all over the world. They see the systems that in different parts of the world. So nobody can come. The life permit tell me waiting they say they get to the university, waiting they not get. Now by God in power they play football. Now by God in power they represent they will continue to go out to go play. So the point is at this stage we don't get nothing where they go on in the country. We don't care to stand still now. FIFA don't can suspend the country. Well, this is a time now, because this will happen, a time now for them will get set together as a country. The meeting with them called was ill-conceived. No, they're not for call that meeting there at all. There was no reason for them to call that meeting there. So that's the point. I mean, the point is, we don't reach a point where the meeting not be for happen, and now it don't cause embarrassment to we. It don't cause embarrassment to the country. Okay. Would I suggest that meeting there? Now, out of selfish reasons, they convince the minister. They even get the chief minister involved. They get them for convince them for cancel on the table with Aisha. But that meeting was ill-conceived. It was not necessary.
Thank you very much, Leslie.
You're welcome.
Because I get I can't play the meeting we did talk about. I can't play them. Make we all listen. What really happened at the meeting, and you don't already give views about the meeting that it was uncalled for and not be supposed for happen. But make a call with you, Aaron. Yes, Aaron. I know say Leslie don't put you on the table. Daniel don't put you on the table. What extra you want to lay on the table before I go can play the meeting where Leslie just to talk about?
Well, you know, we get a lot for talking this hour or two to do this. I know I won't go deep yet into everything, depending on the question that we ask. We all know, say we get suspended by FIFA. As we go forward, you know, where I'll give you a chance for you to play this video audio we want to play for we. The question that throughout the period there where football not been play, also FIFA been play for make sure say we football take off na Sierra Leone. If them feel say then come with this decision say the country not get right for suspend the national executive. Then waiting at the essence of FIFA, waiting a relationship with FIFA. I believe say that relationship then for ensure say football grow, football promote in Sierra Leone. Also them in play for ensure say that take place throughout that period we've been there in limbo all this time around. You know, it's not just about going to play competition other countries, because if the country, the national league not play, you know, it's not about assembling players for go play a foreign game. If the national team when the root, the foundation for football growth in a country not effective, I think the FIFA been getting responsibility for coming and make let we know which role them in the play. I not think say them in do that. But I left that so far and let you go ahead.
Okay. I want to tell Fambul and say we go open the phone line after this clip of the can play. We go open the phone line. Yourself where they out there. We want to take part in the program. Go able for call and be part of the program. But this is not the meeting where Leslie be they talk about just now. The meeting Chief Minister call a meeting in the State House where they invite Aisha at the end of the day. Then go they write letter to FIFA. They make Aisha sign, and also Aisha sign. He sign as incapacity where they say they don't suspend them for. Now the country and I sign us. But make we just listen how this meeting be take place now State House. Let we listen.
Let me provide the context. Why are we here? Firstly, we are here first and foremost to reflect on the first issue is the recent developments, especially the FIFA suspension. Secondly, how do we get out of this situation? Through a mediated win-win compromise. So that's what we want to facilitate in this process. But thirdly also, we want to make sure that out of this we want to, and this is very important, we want to organize a high-level delegation that I will lead together with the sports minister, and we pay for all the critical stakeholders. We go to visit the FIFA headquarters and present our case as a government together with all the conflicting parties, so that on one table FIFA will hear all the different stories in one room. That is important, so that the minister will not be telling his own side of the story in the absence of other parties. SLAFA will not be telling his own side of the story in the absence of other parties. In the presence of the highest level of FIFA executive telling our different stories, so that they are smart enough, they can pick out the falsehoods, the misrepresentations, and then we resolve it once and for all. As a government, we are prepared to do that. And we will pay for anybody who wants to go. Just make no mistake, this new administration has inherited this problem. That is a fact. But we also want to make sure that we provide a conducive environment, firstly, to mediate and resolve this problem. Because the people who elected this government want this matter to be resolved now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next year, but now. This matter has gone on for far too long. That all the family members here are forgetting to realize is the simple fact that nobody is above Sierra Leone. Nobody. And the actions that this sporting community and SLAFA has taken individually, collectively, is damaging and has damaged the credibility, reputation of the country at a time when His Excellency the President is busy rebranding Sierra Leone at the international level. But SLAFA and the sporting community is spending time involved in internecine civil war. You have to make a decision. This is the responsibility of the Minister of Sport and his deputy and his professional heads. But given the national framework of how these issues are currently working, His Excellency the President has directed that I work closely with the Minister of Sport to support him, to make sure that we engage with the stakeholders again. Those who don't want to go, then obviously we will then go and present that the government has offered to pay and go with them, so that they know the sincerity and credibility and integrity of purpose that this new administration wants to take forward. We will encourage everybody to go. Those who are the critical stakeholders, the government will pay for them. Because we have to do this for the interest of Sierra Leone. This is where we are as of now. I think it's really important that we reflect on these three issues. One is the recent suspension by FIFA. Secondly, the mediation process. If that fails, then we will lead a high-level delegation to FIFA. But let me also make it abundantly clear here. Two things. As a new government, we have inherited this problem. For the past 6 months, we have not interfered into the legal process. That is important because we want to send a very powerful message to FIFA that we are a sincere, credible, legitimate government. Even though we've inherited this problem, we say let the legal process continue. We don't want to be seen as interfering in the legal process, knowing quite well that will be another misrepresented narrative to be used against the government. So we said let's leave that process. But at the same time, we have to engage with the critical stakeholders to begin to have a common understanding. I think that is important. Secondly, and most importantly, the Anti-Corruption Commission is an agency of the government, and Sierra Leone is an independent state. Make no mistake, Sierra Leone is an independent state of 7 million people. It's sovereign. It governs its people. It doesn't bow down to any dictates from any international partner or agency. Make no mistake, FIFA has its own rules and regulations, yes. But as a government, and by the way, we know that FIFA has been embroiled in corruption. They have been pushed through international mediation processes. We see Seth Blatter and others already being arrested, etc. The indignity of it all. This is FIFA. How dare you tell Sierra Leone that Sierra Leone has to cow down to you? The Anti-Corruption Commission is doing its work. They've come up with their own processes and they are leading on that work. As a government, when we begin to police and coerce other state governing institutions to do what we want them to do, that's how corruption starts. Then we are not better than the outgone government. That is their responsibility, that is their right, that is their mandate, legislative mandate. I think it's important to send this message unequivocally so that we leave here, we're very clear about it. Let's pussyfooting around things. Those who believe that FIFA is important, it's more, no, FIFA is just another body that has its own problems. Let's acknowledge it as well. Let's stop believing that FIFA is so powerful, it's so clean, it has never had any corruption issue, all the people there are angels and they are all going to heaven. Come on, let's stop as such. This is a sovereign government. Let's have that clear in our mind. Let's be clear about this. So this is the context I wanted us to clarify. Let's engage with the issues. What needs to happen to move the processes forward? So I want to appeal to you, please, to work with the minister to put together a small, lean, efficient delegation of all the critical stakeholders. And the minister and the deputy minister will submit the list. But all the critical stakeholders must be, even those already involved in the ACC process, must be. They are taken as given. But let me make this also clear, please. Nobody's bribing you, please. It doesn't mean when the government pays for you, you are beholden to the government's position or you don't want to know. You are going as a member of the family. Let's be clear about that.
Professor, on a more serious note, I don't have much to say. I've been saying what I've been saying for the past 5 years. Nothing has changed. Nothing will change. The only thing I'd like to caution you, we'd started to speak a few weeks ago, a little over a week ago. I was hoping we'd have a follow-up, because there are things that I really do want to share with you. This is one of the saddest moments for me, and I know that people are pointing the blame game. I'm not patriotic. It's me, it's Chris, but that's okay. We were expecting this. I am appealing to you. I'm appealing to the president. Let us make you privy. Do not go to Zurich, and I want this to be on record, without having the other side, the clear side of what FIFA has, what they know. Do not allow Sierra Leone to go without being privy to certain information. If you should do so, sir, and this is not a threat, and this is not with arrogance, and I'm happy that this is out for the whole country to hear. Should you do so, and you're faced with, or Sierra Leone is faced with further embarrassment, the next thing you will hear, Aisha called FIFA to ask them to do so and so. This is why I have been appealing. The last time we were here, don't try to look into the future if you cannot address the present. There is a lot.
Can I just make
yes,
one
sir.
point? I think
yes.
they are making an assumption. They are making an assumption. They are second-guessing this administration.
Yes.
They are second-guessing this new administration of competent, seasoned diplomats and leaders that they will turn up in Zurich, cap in hand, not knowing what they want to go. Look, we have said we are going to engage with all the critical stakeholders before we even confirm the delegation and make that move. That is the first point. So don't second-guess the government. That government of competent people who have been managing senior level people, you think we will just turn up without preparing ourselves? What you have been requesting from me, let me put this out in the open. You have been requesting that you want to have one-on-one with me. And I said, no, that is not possible, because the moment we have that, it will give a very negative perspective to the other critical stakeholders that are biased. Secondly, you recall that a couple of weeks ago, we came back from China. You were on the plane. We had a privileged conversation. You wanted a photo opportunity with the president. I said no, because if you do, and if we allow that, it will be on social media, and people, it's an innocent move. People always ask for photo opportunities to the president.
Yeah.
And the president is always available to do so.
Yes, sir.
But at that judgment, we said, that will be counterproductive, because then it will be on social media and people will then interpret it differently. So we said we are not going to do that. So where we are as of now, please don't second guess this new administration. We are a competent, seasoned people who know what we are doing. So if we decide on a high level delegation, we are going to make sure that we engage with all the critical stakeholders, including yourself, so that we have all the facts, bullet by bullet, point by point, evidence by evidence. And secondly, in the meeting that you did not attend, there are substantive issues in SLAPA that has to be addressed around issues around match fixing. I've made it abundantly clear, and we have talked about the issues around corruption, financial governance. So please don't make the mistake of trying to second guess the government. Please.
Professor, thank you so very much for clarifying. But again, maybe you misunderstood what I was trying to say. I've been sitting here listening to adjectives being used against FIFA And that's fine. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But it hurts me because I was a committee member of the FIFA Integrity and Security. So all this talk about FIFA's corruption and the arrests and Blatter, I was in. Sir, okay, fine. I'm just saying there are things that are being bandied about, that are being said about FIFA, one-sided, not hearing. I've asked for this meeting with you, and it doesn't have to be a private one-to-one. It can be with the other parties, but give us that time to open up and tell you certain things. Thank you. Thank you very much.
The outcome fine. The meeting good because the chief minister fine, and it was very frank, very plain. Once you are glad for that, we know they take Salone law mortgage to any international organization. Salone is a sovereignty state and the law stand. So the discussion actually fine. Put away ACC because ACC are independent. Therefore, continue their work, and otherwise we'll continue for find solution to the problem.
Brema Jalo, chairman for North Region. The outcome of the meeting is good, and I think this is not the step in the right direction. I think the both parties, if we don't agree, for make sure we write to FIFA and appeal, for make sure they make a temporary lift on the ban. So I think it's a good right direction.
Well, I think a positive, at least we move in the right direction, and that the chief minister and the government, at least the route where they don't take towards this process, I mean, they're brilliant. Like that kind of here with respect, and with the hope and pray that all the bullet points and the points that we come up in this meeting here, all go work with sincerity. As long as we see now, we come up from the bottom of our heart, and we implement it with sincerity, and everybody we decide just like we express now, for say we put Salone first before any individual we decide for do that one. I think it could be a very good one.
Honorable Alusaina Lokonte, the chairperson for the Parliamentary Oversight Committee. We'll not be happy about that. A rather unfortunate it just meet the term with FIFA suspense here alone.
What do you think about the suspension?
Well, we not take them in any good path. We feel say FIFA before come Salone or Salone go meet FIFA before ever then go take up that suspension. So we as Parliament will be the plan for see how we can call the ministry, call SLAFA for let we can see, let they can explain to me, then let we map the way out.
Some people actually don't blame the parliamentarians and especially the oversight committee in Parliament as one of the problems to this whole issue.
No, not to this present Parliament, not the previous Parliament, because we not get problem. We now almost months we don't take now. Now we take 5 to 6 months. So now inherited problem we meet na Parliament. We they try for play we role for CC we do the proper way for make the ball roll.
We don't take time. We all don't listen exactly what be happen at that meeting day, and if you people them with the interview after the meeting, we don't hear. We hear the person will be chair the meeting, will be the talk first. Now the chief minister and Professor Francis and the woman we hear now Aisha Johansson. Now him be the try for clarify things with the chief minister, and we hear all how everything unfold at the meeting. At the end of the day, the people who the interview say the meeting come off fine or what not. But if you listen to this clip, you will not say that meeting did not become off fine. But then we be did it and say the meeting come off fine. Okay, then we agree, then sign a document or then send to FIFA because then we try for big FIFA because we be for play Ghana on Thursday. Say they are left FIFA left let we play Ghana, then we go come back by this talk. But FIFA right back to them say no, they not agree, we not they play Ghana, they not recognize that until they reinstate Aisha Johansson back for make him be the head of SLAFA, and then we get till 5 p.m. Till 5 p.m. Then not be agree. Then tell we say, well, Salone officially banned till further notice. This now waiting we get from the meeting. Yes, Daniel, I just want to keep to time, please, because we don't get some text the way they come in, and you will want for take part in the program. Make I just give on the numbers, then quick way for call and be part of this program. You within the United States, you get a number for call when United States number 646-610-3107. The country code now 1-646-610-3107. You can call them through WhatsApp or you can call them direct. You with the United Kingdom, you can able for call the program. The United Kingdom number, the country code now 44, the number now 739-803-0402. The number again, The country code 44739-803-0402. Or you with the Salone, you can call the number direct. The Salone, or you call them through WhatsApp. The number na 232 in the country code and 78990-991. You can able to call them 3 numbers here for be part of the program. Daniel, you don't hear Leslie, we don't tell we say in your own part, you know, think say this particular meeting itself for be even hold. In your own part, you have 1 minute. Please, I will stick to time because you don't begin get text away the cancer and the callers them. Waiting, you make up this particular meeting after you don't listen and so.
Invariably, I support Leslie because as you can hear, the meeting not come off fine. The one that they interview and their own opinion say come off fine, not come off fine. You will find out say Aisha Johnson they respectfully put to the Chief Minister, Dr. Whitney Kola say they advise let them not go FIFA because he know he not be executive member for FIFA and CAF. Infantini, the president of CAF, Fatma Samoura, president of FIFA, Fatma Samoura, one of the Secretary General, then they in line with her. The same with the CAF president, Mohamed of Madagascar. They're all in line with Aisha. Then they say, Aisha for come backline position, whether now gender stuff or whatever. So I did go in line with Leslie. But Leslie that the meeting have been for take place because the embarrassment as you put her to me. The embarrassment is not before take place, but before find other way. The minute won't allow for less time, tell them they don't legitimize the position, they're still president, so why don't put her there? That's the problem. So now they're blunder big time in my own case. In my own situation, in my own answer.
Okay, thank you very much, Daniel. Yes, Leslie. Inside this meeting, I know say you don't say this meeting not be even supposed for holding, but inside the meeting, Aisha try to tell the chief minister say, let not try for look forward or for things then to come and forget who side this thing begin. What thing are you take for that particular statement? Even though the chief minister began for Basham, not listen to him, but what thing are you take in that particular thing the way he say?
Definitely get a number of issues inside it. You know, then I just talk about, just talk about the issue of gender and all that thing in it. But we know say, yeah, gender may be an issue. But what me feel say, not the major issue here, not money. This whole thing about money. This whole thing about access to the money where they come from FIFA, where they come from different organizations for Slafa, where some man not get access to because Aisha they ahead, Aisha they in charge, and Aisha know they allow them for touch the money. And I don't know, you know, how she manages the funds, that's a whole other issue. How then if they don't have an audit organization, all the corruption charges and anything and all that na issue where of course it's outstanding. But the most important thing, like I said, that money problem inside this whole organization. You know, too many angry belly people inside this organization. We want access to this money, and at this time the whole threat. The gender issue is a whole other issue. Gender issue is a whole other issue. Some people they will definitely get problem with woman in charge. Some man they will get that problem. Some of them don't get problem with them canteen whether a man or woman in charge. It doesn't matter. So long as you do your job properly and do all right, that's important to me. So the point is that Aisha advice to the chief minister say it don't go tell well. They don't go necessarily just say nah because he aligned to to Fatma Samoura, Infantino, and Ahmad from Madagascar. The whole thing with me see it's simple principle. The line has been drawn. Anti-corruption commission say step down. And according to FIFA rules, they say if government interfere or any government-related agency interfere into the running of their member association, that's a violation. So which means they will suspend them. We've been suspended. One of the words that they use right now across the country or people around the world who don't understand this whole process is the words ban. They're not banned with ban. When they give ban, they give for a stipulated period. They will say, will they ban for 2 years or 5 years or 10 years? They don't give it time period. They just say, will they suspend it until they reinstate? So the word is suspend. We'll suspend until you now reinstate Aisha and Chris Kamara. So we're suspended. We're not banned. Okay? So the thing is, the prerequisite wouldn't be enough for reinstate Aisha and Chris Kamara. And until that happens, nothing not going to happen between we and Slafa. I mean, between and FIFA, we say between Salone and FIFA. So why make you ask or even suggest for go to Zurich for go meet FIFA when you not even settle the issue about the corruption cases? Because that's the whole thing. That the whole we call the elephant in the room, the big elephant in the room. Until that case they go to court, they decide, they give a verdict, guilty or not guilty. Nothing going to happen. There's no negotiation between Salone and FIFA. And FIFA, that's their stance. Whether they're corrupt, they're not corrupt, that's not our concern. Our concern is that we membership with them, we're concerned about. That's the whole thing. Everybody know the whole story about FIFA and Blatter and all that from 2015 and on, the FBI raid and all that. But that shouldn't be our concern. Our concern is how we'll be able to get back into the organization after we fix the situation, after this case don't go court, then the corruption situation is resolved. That's the most important thing here. That the most important thing we talk about. That case don't go court yet. Until that case they go court, that case is decided, there's no engagement. So all this when they talk about when they go meeting this and that, yes, it's fine for sit-down for talk about waiting up, waiting on me happen. You can do that. You can do that. Eventually, you get for clean house. You get for find who that are the the troublemakers in the association across the country. People in the troublemakers in the association, not to just Aisha no more. People in inside the association, they're guilty as, if you want to say Aisha is guilty of whatever, they are guilty as her, if anything. So they all need to be looked at across the board.
Okay, thank you, Leslie. Make a count with you, Aaron. We are outside the chief minister say in call meeting because in the try for get a win-win situation. But again, we don't learn say definitely. Just in Leslie say, if Aisha is not reinstated and Chris Kamara, FIFA no one for hearing nothing again. Now then two people and then definitely one for a rebut. So this time around, if in calling that meeting say he won't come forget win-win situation, but even in the meeting, some of the people away did the complaint say not to all the parts them, not to all the people them they hear from. So what you think about this particular side where the chief minister say he call the meeting for win-win situation, but we not ready for listen to what FIFA say?
The question for me, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Well, nothing wrong for the people can come together and I think the good thing about that meeting is that it raised some things, and if you listen to it, things can come up where, even though we not good let that the meeting take place, but things can come up. We hear Aisha, we hear the chief minister, we hear the position of the government, and waiting may make out of that. Now that Aisha gets something at the back of her mind by telling them, say, I go advise you now, we not go to FIFA. You understand? It tell us something. It tell the country something. In other words, there is something that she knew or she knows, we FIFA know, we don't tell the rest of the country no know. And for me, for us not going to FIFA, that's not going to come out. Maybe if going to FIFA will bring that out. It's just like where the last speaker said, we'll get for clean house. Everything we did underneath to get for come out. Wait till we'll get for land from FIFA. Okay, we'll learn. This only thing we make out of this, now that it look like say, the minister we not know the role we get for play. When FIFA suspend you like that, they go straight to FIFA. They go straight to FIFA because I'll come to that later on. There is an organ through where you go, an international body where you feel say where an association or even an individual, if you feel say FIFA wrong, you go to. And you challenge them. FIFA not get supreme authority. Now like the African country, them small country like Salone, then they bully. In your opinion, I mean, Aisha as a person may not be bad. He's not going to be bad person. But like one of the speakers say also, I mean, the problem is not just about her. It's about a whole other body that were involved in that game of football. I mean, the team will make in primary now because she is the head of the organization. If it can be all this good person. If you they run an organization, you not see it's fruitful. No matter how good you are, I think say in your conscience, you will say people are not they support me. Sometimes the people listen. I'll give you an example. Leone go say okay, we reinstate FIFA. Aisha in secretary. If all the club they wait for participate, they know they work on that. Reinstation don't mean anything. It not going mean anything to the country. Think about the past 3 years before this come out. Waiting, forget about the past 5 years. Think about the last 3 years. Waiting will go boast of us in terms of football progress in the country. Nothing. You understand? Going to FIFA, we never can tell who may have called FIFA. Say, you know what? In that letter way, they come with and they send. Una no accept them. It's possible. Say, I know they say one pan and do. You never can tell. Say that letter they know we they send letter but una no accept. Una tell them say the suspension still hold on. Not to FIFA. Somebody make plabad. Court, you know, you go to the person. You don't give them strong arm over you. You know they go big FIFA because guess what? Not to also bring the issue of gender. I will tell you, for me, it's not gender. Listen, even if na Mamadou Kamara been doing a FIFA, now the same rule FIFA they take, now they style, you know. But me believe say FIFA not correct all the time. We can challenge FIFA. Even if you feel say you can challenge FIFA, and there's nothing wrong with doing it the right way. But going to FIFA is not the right way. I will stop so far.
Okay. Yes, Daniel, make I bring you in.
I will make a quick comment before
carry on,
and that was the issue. Sorry if I cut. The issue of my colleague here say for there's an organization. Arun, yeah. Wait say for go to before you go to FIFA. In the case of if I get you right, I think he is refer to the Court of Arbitration for Sports. Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The Court for Arbitration for Sports, now when you get a ban, we're only suspended. There's no need for us to go to the Court for Arbitration for Sports. This stage we will do so right now. We'll get for meet the conditionalities. And the only condition we will get right now is one thing, reinstatement of Aisha and Chris Kamara, which is predicated on one thing, which is they go to trial, they're finding guilty or not, and then what we decide after that is what's important. After the case, Aisha and Chris can resume their position. They lead the slapper to Congress because it's already due. Elective Congress is already due anyway. Yeah, they don't pass their mandate. So that's the immediate thing. As soon as the case done, then they go straight to elective Congress. They reinstate them, and Aisha instead safe now go to FIFA tell and say lift the ban. Lift the suspension. Sorry, lift the suspension because I'm back. And then they lead with straight to elective Congress. She cannot be in that position after the case is done with. In the case if she loses the case, they find her guilty, then that's done. Then Sierra Leone as a nation, just like what Ghana do, can dissolve the association and say, would they invite FIFA for set up what's called a normalization committee? Well, usually that normalization committee will take 6 months for them to set up a roadmap to an elective Congress. We'll go to elections after that. So there's no, at this stage, we're not even that close to anything approaching what you call the Court for Arbitration for Sports. So when you get a ban, when they ban you, say, will they ban you for 5 years? Then you resort to the Court for Arbitration for Sports. Okay. But we're just suspended. It's based on a condition. And if that condition is met, then we're good to go.
All right, make a bring in this caller. Yes, caller, you there live on air. What's your name and who you call from?
The call from Boston.
You the call from Boston and your name?
Sal.
Yes, you get 1 minute. What do you want to contribute to the program?
My contribution is, I think, not a problem for that the chief minister called the stakeholders and Aisha and all the people involved to talk. It is very important. And one thing the chief minister made clear is that they're trying to bring everyone on board and then goes to FIFA. That is not to say FIFA didn't understand what's going on. But taking everyone to FIFA and the government present them and say, hey, as a government, this is what we want to do. We bring these people, listen to them, see where the issue lies, and give us an answer as to why we should be suspended because of these people. Because it's not like the people of Sierra Leone create this issue. It's individual people that are creating this issue because of ego and greed. And therefore, in as much as FIFA has its own rules or its own rules that the government cannot involve, it is impossible. It is impossible, you know, because the government is answerable to the people. And basically, sport as a whole, or football as a whole, is a people sport. So it is it is kind of tight for the FIFA to say government can involve. But I think one thing the chief minister made very clear is that he wants everyone that are critical stakeholders. And this whole thing is about money. It's nothing else. It's about money. It's not the government that sued Aisha. It's about money. People are just selfish. You know, we have and that's all my contribution. I don't want to hold up the line. Okay. It's about money and selfish greed. You know, that's all. These people need to basically resign. They need to resign and let other people that have clean hands come in and run the game. You know, it has been too long, 4 years, nothing happening.
Okay, thank you very much, caller. Thank you very much. Yeah. Don't forget, if you're out there, the phone line is still open. If you want to be a part to the program, you can call and be a part. Make a count to you, Daniel. Just before Leslie clarified our side about the suspension and the FIFA can only listen to we. FIFA make it clear, even to the last letter we didn't send. They make it clear, they say that Aisha in reinstatement, and they want back, then go talk to we. And let's make it clear and say until we able to get the trial go through and all these things sort out, then we know say Aisha they find them guilty or not guilty, then we take her too. But we know say even before this whole thing they come, you know say it starts with this Congress we not been grief for old. Now it starts back again. Now they this small fet begin come till and say they grief for good, they not grief for good in term done in term not done yet. So let me say now, even though this thing they go on, is there any way we can able hold Congress within this 10 year rights now?
No, you know we'll Congress that because simply FIFA not the only call for say Congress. They say they get some things we not address, like the ethics committee for investigate what they call match fixing. They say Salone been fixed match with South Africa before leading to the Nations Cup in South Africa. We had a match fixing thing, and that thing they don't lead to some players. Some player, they don't start captain then. They play abroad, and so other officials they don't put them on suspension for all this long. So that if they don't judge that case, they don't do the investigation. They play even for don't feel them guilty or not guilty. Now they don't live for over almost 5 years. Game not play the player they never play, so they don't punish them before even the investigation not done. So that is unfair. Secondly, I want to ask why not Salone no more than Picon? Usai FIFA be there, so tell Fatma Samoa no be there, or Infantino no be there, or na be secretary na the European UEFA, where FBI, Swiss authorities, them come down heavy on FIFA officials, the big man and FIFA executive members.
Okay, Daniel, Awale Olandi. Awale Olandi, make a bring this other caller. Yes, caller, you did live on air. Okay, go ahead. What's in your name and who side the call from? Yeah, you did live on air. Your name and who side the call from?
My name Demba, I call from Italy.
Yes, Demba from Italy. You get 1 minute. What do you want to say for the program?
Well, we don't take concern this is for business because we all get concerned because we all go through that process and we collect. No one talks about the play ball. I play for Republicans. Being Aisha Johnson on tenor. Aisha, as well as Salone football, they go. Aisha, 19 Salone football. For the time and the Kuruma been there, Udaki remember. I don't tell Aisha they call. Kuruma don't call them for meeting. They don't go and they tell Aisha. Say Aisha go provide leadership to the membership. But whenever they go, when they come back, Aisha a different thing they do. So like one man raise one cause and just not say that means they keep that state house. I believe after that meeting, Aisha communicates to FIFA back say that meeting wouldn't say they don't investigate her because I sent the letter because government therefore do for let the full FIFA in the way that they go talk and they don't instate this woman back. But we say Aisha, like the people who are the same modern communication, na fake. So like this should happen. So Aisha, now woman saw the left Salone, he loved the game. He don't know say this is a non-leg guy, but not resign. Resign in the interest of the game. That can be on six, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, Demba from Italy. Make a come to you, Leslie. A lot of people, this is a conversation where they go on. A lot of people they talk say if Aisha be elect Salone football or elect Salone, if I resign, if I give up and say, you know what, I give up since I come, nothing happened. But it's still they trying to prove a point, say, with or without me, una want me, una no want me, I still deny. What's your take on that, sir?
Mr. Subscribe to that because I want to be pointed out on the advocate for some time because I say when you be a leader, as a leader, you forget one thing they call inside what they call empathy. Empathy now really feel for people, really feel for people in condition. You feel sorry for person. And the thing is that Boku Pikin in the way from where this association, from where Aisha came in 2013 till now, it's 5 years. If them about the way me old 11 years old at that time, they're not 15, 16 now. And if football not a career, they don't miss a significant portion of their youth development stage.
Yes.
So if in a possible way, what we can call Kumbrana now with our country, where if in a possible way they feel in a possible way get hard for picking, you know, say, well, things how they go right now. They don't want me. Definitely, you know, it's you go look at yourself and say, well, things are not going right. I will step down. I will take the high road. I love my country, and but I go allow them. Let them continue. If they will feel they will do a better job than me, let them continue. Because the thing is, Aisha don't get position na FIFA, where she's a member of the executive committee, and she's also the head of women's football na CAF. She already has a job where she can go to, regardless of involvement with Sierra Leone football.
Right.
But for whatever reason that she's sticking to her guns for saying for proof of point, that's my point. That's my problem. That's my problem why I get with them. Now, possibly, I don't know what's in management style. I don't know what's in individual, because I'm not closer. I'm also we don't talk from a distance, but I don't know individually. But if we say, if not possible, we get empathy. If I don't say, you know what, the relationship is too toxic, let's step aside. Let this association, then let Mazola take over till he can lead into Congress because this is too toxic for me. There's nothing working here. Go prove yourself in another place. And then people they say, oh man, if we no look for the left Aisha now. That thing now people in the we say, oh man, I wish them for the better woman and for low bring and come back or some kind of way. Prove yourself that way there.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. Make a bring this other caller. Yes, caller, you did live on air. Your name and also where you call from?
Tommy, I'm Satya, the call from Holland, you know.
Okay, yes, Tony, you get 1 minute.
Yes, wait here one talk now. The same thing this last caller we contribute talk show. You know, this woman, one way or the other, it must undermine this process, you know, because if you elect them go make any kind of meeting, I believe yes, that woman they go na corner go tell and say, but look, this I do am because of this, but we not accept them. This woman, for me, I don't think if now woman with integrity, but before SLFA, the woman may get very good life, and I believe after SLFA go get very good life. But for God's sake, this woman hold this country for 5 years. All the people away for work with them, all man don't say no. Don't in the ask for more time. Wait till I believe say he want do because anytime when they call for Congress, they call FIFA. FIFA say political interference. Anytime when they say Congress, they say FIFA. FIFA say political interference. As far as with me, they say he want let them get more time, reorganize the place. They call young people inside. They call Congress now. And another thing they don't know say this is in tactics, so that you extend in time. They not get for work. You see, and under leadership, trust me, anytime they call Congress, they pull them out. You know, get for allow Congress. You know, get for allow Congress. So I wonder why they put all this resistance. You see? Because today allow Congress, today they vote them out. So enough get for allow Congress. Anytime they call Congress, FIFA, they call to FIFA. Now under FIFA, they hide.
Okay, thank you very much, Satya. Right. Thank you for your own contribution. Thank you. Okay, we can just bring this other caller online. Yes, caller, you do live on air. Your name and who side you call from? You do live on air. Your name and who side you call from? Well, I don't think say we dey get that caller there. Make I just call with you, Aaron, till we dey sort this other caller out. Yes, you don't listen to waiting people and they say about the selfishness of Aisha. That are people's own personal opinion. We don't discuss this here before on other programs. Them for right now, you see Usa with him up. Aisha be one for talk some things the way parameter where the chief minister not give chance for talk. You think say if I began chance for talk or it was right for just cut and shot right there? Arun.
Well, I don't think say I don't know how much you go say the minister not give a chance for talk. I think say the minister come and respond to one of the things and way Aisha say way I think say Aisha be misunderstand them. You know, I don't think say I don't know. I don't think say there is anything Aisha before say we get in sleep we if say na strong card na that meeting. I don't think so. Say something the minister not being here. I don't know. That's not my own personal opinion, you know. But I don't know. But I don't think so. It just happen like it just happen say they also see things in a different lens. You know, the minister stress the need, I mean the importance, the authority of government over this. Aisha they try for expressing your independence or the FIFA rule, the FIFA independence in terms of now that makeup. I don't think that the minister more or less hold you know, so I don't know how long that means before go. I think what happened at that meeting, the minister just called them because I believe say not to the Aisha group no more been daily. I believe say maybe other groups they be daily, but sometimes the meeting not continue or they not organize and well way. So tell them for say okay, well let me get to your opinion of things. Let me get the other side your opinion of things. Or I don't know. Aisha interject and try for clarify certain things. Then we the minister feel say he misunderstand. I think say that way they assume. I don't know. The way Aisha can talk back now like. Just like what I said earlier, now like he gets something where he believes say 9-1 card we old. If we go to FIFA, now so will come out. You know, long not stress this need of going to FIFA. You know, now that I mean, and I not think say he be ready for disclosure if there was anything, and not be ready for disclosure. Remember say the how they call them the court where they investigate corruption. I think they no invite them or waiting. I don't know not the position because if you go for defend yourself or if you go for go defend yourself to FIFA or whatever court you will go for defend yourself, and no pull into on card outside, not just a meeting. Now, my opinion on that for so now.
Make I bring in this caller. Other person they call for table. Let's just deal with this one first. Yes, caller, you did live on air. Your name and who side you call from?
Oui, mina Ibrahim, I call from France.
Yes, Ibrahim from France. You get 1 minute. What thing are you want to take on this issue we discuss?
Okay, me want take towards the one contribute towards the problem for more the problem start from 2013 because everybody they blame Aisha. Yes, I know say yes, everybody they blame Aisha get blame, but me and only people put another blame, half of another blame to the stakeholders there because at least. Aisha and the president and the SLFA president, and we don't punish some players at match fixing. Yes, everybody know that. But at least in time, stakeholders no need for them boycott the leagues. We know they if you don't give at least Aisha in time for in time reach, then pull and come out instead of this fate. If you don't wait in time don't reach, then pull and come out from your office and all these things for me happen. The next question, I just want to know how because the thing this ban it hurts me seriously. I want to know when the ban. Of course,
okay, waiting we know about this, the suspension, not to ban it, the suspension and indefinitely till Aisha is reinstated. That's what the letter say. Okay. Till Aisha is reinstated back and Chris Kamara, now that 10 day FIFA go talk to we. So without that, it's something that will run forever.
that means unnecessary for me to allow the ban. Because if you do not reinstate Aisha in Smith, they lift the ban. So we just call Nations Cup up because they don't know for qualify. At least now 2 teams they qualify. Now the only chances so we get for qualify Nations Cup at least. We don't know if it's going to go back to one team again. And the only chances so we get for qualify is this group here. So at least they will know. At least we don't know what team from happening in the future. From qualify or not.
Okay.
So, it pain me anyway.
Yeah, it pain we all. Thank you very much.
Seriously.
All right, thank you very much, caller. Okay, make a come with this other caller. Make a come in with this other caller.
Let's say something on that real quick here, pertaining to the question with the concern with the last caller gets concerning this suspension.
Okay,
it's a suspension first of all. Secondly, there is an open window right now for the qualifiers, and because some of the qualifiers have played today. Now, if they reinstate we, this case goes to court within its next 3 months. They reinstate we back. Okay? The case goes to court. Aisha is either found guilty, the Congress the SLAFA is dissolved, or she's found not guilty and she's allowed to come back in to lead the association to the Congress within the time frame. Then they reinstate we back, and then they reschedule the matches the way we were supposed to play this weekend, into sometime in either January or February, somewhere around that, or March at the latest. They will reschedule that game there for let they allow it for, because I think it's cancelled. It's not the matches were cancelled. They're not completely it's not possible for a player. That's a suspension. But
we get to be mindful of that language. Cancel. If they cancel something, I wonder how they will reschedule them. If they use if I don't know if at the time that's what they use. If they say they cancel a match, if me get for play you, then cancel that match. And you come back to me say that game will be cancelled with the reschedule. I wonder how me go say, because if me chance day for that qualify, then you can schedule me with a team when I talk to. And if not FIFA language, then I get to be very careful of the word cancel, because when you cancel and you nullify them.
I will look up the word again where they use exactly. I might make somewhere around the word cancel or somewhere around that. But the point is that if they reinstate it will not allow
maybe they suspend the games then for now. Maybe not suspend it.
Yeah, very likely, yes. Yeah.
Okay. Make a bring this other caller on board. Yes, caller, your name and also you call from, please.
Yeah. Me na Tony. I call from from Massachusetts.
Welcome on board, Tony.
Yeah.
You're on the other side today.
For me, I think say Aisha they're using advantage what you get with FIFA and CAF. Aisha is actually deep seated in the organization and the way we add prophets, just like we can say we look at what to say it gets sababu. Now the sababu they use so now. The government get the power and get the sababu. But the thing we for realize is the old people them to ransom. You get people they wait for so many years. Football not they play in Salone. Make it consider in action. Let it look not to just in team no more for the succeed FC Johansi. You understand? Let it look. Maybe for me, let the government just be skillful and mindful what they do for let them not create further embarrassment for themselves. I feel so through the ministry now, waiting for the next step now. It's called all these teams them where we know before we don't play soccer in the country. The Lions, the Blackpool, the Ports, the City Council, all them teams. Call them to a meeting and get a way forward and see how they can start. They definitely need to start somewhere. They now will say, okay, they will start without Aisha Johansi, but let them begin set the house in order. Because again, the other thing again, most of these clubs, okay, probably because football not maybe play, they all become laggard and which they call. Let us see how they came for building up their secretariat, because there was funding coming from FIFA, whether money they know them they use for give to the clubs, whether they for able for use, for make them set up their secretariat and make sure say the teamwork prepared, they get everything in place. Let them not just let government say they came for provide the funds, because Ministry of Sports gets their own annual budget when they give them. Take some of them funding here, give to some of them teams here, let us see who's booster. Because there is no way we play international soccer. We look at clubs, they know they play. We get football and visible exports. We can able for chipping. We always see the contribution of the foreign players them within other countries. They drug by the likes of Eto and all the other
they play international, don't play international. Some of these guys then get businesses in the country, companies employing people, you understand, bringing needed foreign exchange into the country. We look at the advantage way football gets. The government really need for freedom now and find a way forward for this Congress way they will, because definitely Congress get for all. It take 1 year, it take 2 years, Congress definitely then get for all election. Let us see how they're able for build the relationship right now between them and Aisha. Because Aisha, this is an historic problem. The past government tried for feds are unable. Right? The APC way, I would say, now from above. You know, order from above, now make a pseudo side. So because we all see when they disqualify, people that would don't play sports. We watch sports are then place here. We see the people that would run sports, the administration of sports. It's run by people who have played the sport, people who have been there because they have the passion, they have the zeal, they have everything, they know the challenges and pitfalls around the sport. Let us see how we can able to bring some of those people on board. From a committee right now, we go look into the other clubs that we there right now in preparation of the league. Government can start somewhere because definitely they're not going to go against anti-corruption. Anti-corruption not suspend Aisha. So let us see how they're able to start. If possible, say they're able to start within the guys on November, definitely let them start something. But if we not going to allow football just so no more with Aisha alone. You understand? Then today we done at the primary level and secondary level, let the league start to play. Once the league starts to play, officials are possible their conscience. You understand? Because it really sad at this point where we're right now. Nothing they go. We just talk, we're in one place. It really sad. The government really gets a role right now because they're in the middle and they really need to be skillful in handling this whole thing. The minister really give them for go down. You understand? The government never go down. Let them not play politics in this thing because people that feel yes, it's politics because but the government say Aisha from APC say APC be better. You understand? So now me on take that. The ministry gets a lot of here for do wearing call the other teams. The left football not just die. Because right now nothing not happen. It really sickness. You know, now me on take that. The ministry gets a role for play.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I just try for look up gist now because we will get about that cancel game and also if na suspended game or what is it. But I just try for look up gist now and I get for find out say this na Africa Cup of Nations qualifier. It come up from goal.com. Goal.com na they write here. They say the football governing body has ruled out the possibility of the cancel games being played at a later date. This now under goal.com. They say they don't rule out then game here go play at a later date. So now for just let we just.
I mean, where they say ruled out, but the point is also that if we're reinstated within a particular time frame when the qualifiers are still on, SLAFA can petition that, and then if they're not allowed, then can still go to court. Then in that case, it can still go to court for arbitration for sports. That's a valid case to take to the court for arbitration for sports. Certain things and it's not set in stone. Certain things and they were not set in stone, because they're not say this, so it means there's no negotiation whatsoever. Certain things and the people they can just look like say, oh, now FIFA don't say no. FIFA is manned by human. Not a man in the run, not to machine them. They're open to being reasoned with.
You see, exactly now that in fact, I just come back to this court of arbitration because I remember, if Michel Platini, when I suspend him, maybe because I'm an individual, not to an organization, not to a football federation, when they suspend him for 90 days, it go to the court of arbitration. Now, and I've been suspended, with FIFA, for doing this then corruption, the court of arbitration uphold the suspension. The only thing they don't make they increase that time because FIFA they look for further way for increase them, And just like how you mentioned also, we never can say. I believe that there is an avenue because this suspension it look like saying unspecified, indefinite. It could be indefinite suspension. Then suspend you. They not give time. It could be 10 years. So are we going to sit by and wait for FIFA leave that? If we and FIFA no meet, I believe there's a channel through which we could go and see if FIFA wrong with.
I'll not coach you what I think it's specified. The specification is until they reinstate Aisha.
Yes, I agree. Yeah.
Okay, because now the next I want to take before they round up the program, Aisha should be reinstated. Now then the FIFA they call for. Salone say we lost, and we know they listen to what in FIFA say. But at the end of the day, a lot of people, what way they go around, they say, the money where FIFA they send. So even though this game not they play, FIFA still they send money to Salone. FIFA still they complete their obligation. Say, okay, we get some certain things, the obligation, either monetary or with jersey or with ball or with whatever be it. We still they send, even though the game's not they play. I want to come to you, Daniel. What thing you feel say go happen now, the way forward? We know say one thing where FIFA want now for make the reinstate Aisha. Leslie don't talk say if we can make anti-corruption do their work now, then find Aisha either guilty or not guilty. Then we go to FIFA or we not go to FIFA or write the letter say, well, now man, we don't find I'm guilty. Now so and so. Now so we want to do now for make Congress go hold so that we go carry on. Waiting now the way forward now.
Yeah, the way forward is obvious that whatever we say now, Salone, whatever the anti-corruption don't bend and too strong, they say they need to yield the most energy law of the land. Because, I mean, games they play during the Ebola time, Leone Stars go play, then go camp like Cameroon, play inside Cameroon 2 games, then go. So all about money, all about that. And FIFA say they no go agree past the state Aisha. Anti-corruption say then they follow the rules. Until that happen, until Aisha face the whether guilty or not guilty, that then maybe they will see the reinstator. But if they reinstate herself, now the same thing for the so-called stakeholders and the clubs there, the 3/4 of the clubs there also not play. So therefore, as well, brother, let's say we'll go for wait. Let the anti-corruption case done by Aisha. Then and only then, if she's put back to her position and crease, then we'll take her. But one thing so one caller talk, and I know without say Aisha didn't contact with FIFA and CAF on a daily basis. A case in point, quite recently, the vice president, Bama Mazula Kamara, when a renowned Salone player, now first go play international before the likes of Daifan and Mohamed Kalona will go far. Mazula go attend CAF meeting. Then block at the airport as he reach. Then block at the airport say what you can do now under the Aisha Johansson no this no. So then send them back. So that means Aisha don't entrench herself so deep into CAF and FIFA that 9 in the listen to. And so that means as Bama Ozola reached and even when the vice president working go sit down there with his Salone badge and whatnot, he was sent back. They don't allow him for good day. So you see that for sure say CAF and FIFA just listen to that they did in word. So what we will do now? Make no bones about this. We have to wait until the ACC indictment for which court case done. Then only then she could be reinstated. And then after that, somebody say for call for Congress. And even the Congress they hide under CAF and FIFA. So my own point is, let's wait until the case done, until CAF the ACC case done. They reinstate them back and then call for Congress. But again, it has to be under the stuff of FIFA. Now then they call the shots at football. Although government have to put money, but now then they call the shots. It's unfortunate, that's what it be. But then as I say, anti-corruption, not for only Dinamo of SLFA, they investigate even the stakeholders. All them clubs, the Mighty Black Police Allowance, all the Dodans, and maybe all Dodans and Ports Authority or Olympic, they will go on the school and whatnot. But some them stakeholders that they cause this whole mess, including let our co-redundant now in blessed memory and former sports minister Paul Kamara, that they bring all this mess per way. In the head for Mohamed Kalon and Rodney Michael, when we don't pull, they make now look outside Mohamed Kalon, they go to look footballer I say goal. And they talk right now. And they work with some of the former footballers. So I mean, we got for wait until the SEC case done. Triple and my colleagues say Aoun and my brother Leslie. Now wait till this case done. Then when the case done, I don't know how long it would take. Then they put them back to power in position and then call for Congress if FIFA agree.
Yes, make account to you, Leslie. We don't know now, say, until ACC sit down by this case and handle them the way how they want for handle them. The other thing where people in the talk say, may go find for let ACC handle the case now. Some people they say no, make them take their time, make them drag them foot. And other people they talk say, where ACC for handle the case, make them come in again with that match fixing file where Aisha Johansson they talk about that match fixing. Make ACC come inside and they back, make it just do everything as one go. What are you taking that, sir?
Well, ACC gave a carry on with the job, and not to the public in position for tell them when and how for carry on. That's not their own business that one day. And they will tell you, say, yes, I think as I understand, it's time for the defense for presenting case on the Aisha case. I think the prosecution may not do their own part, and it's time for the defense for come. And so therefore, get the defense for step up and put the case for them. The case go to I don't know if it's a jury or judge. I'm convinced maybe it's a judge to be determined. The verdict could be determined by a judge. So maybe the judge will determine whether she's guilty or not guilty, and Chris Samara is guilty or not guilty. Then we'll issue the verdict. Maybe that can happen within the next month, within a couple of months, before the end of the year. It's all possible. And then, like I said, this whole thing is hinged on that ACC thing. And like I said, whether people elect FIFA, they don't elect CAN, they don't say they're corrupt, they're not corrupt, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, they get and rules them. The reality is that we a member association, just like over to about 200 other countries with a member associations, and we get for meet the conditions that they don't say, regardless of whether we elect it or not. The reality is that's the law. So we get for meet them rules, and they as we try for meet we own rules there as well. We own laws them. Once we don't satisfy, we own side now, we own country internally say we don't decide on this case. This is the verdict. Then we decide on what thing will happen to Aisha and Chris Kamara. But Daniel also bring a point up about looking into other sports. So this is an opportunity for reset the button on a lot of other issues pertaining to sports at the country. We get too much talent at the country for they underperform the way they underperform because a lot of people wrong people in the wrong places. Okay, and secondly, most of these associations they don't get what we call an oversight body. Okay, but besides the government, all this one before they happen, let put it on this way too. Most associations, if you are non-profit, most usually one of them kind of associations they can get what you call the membership, they get the executive, then you get what you call the board of directors. How many of the associations in our country will get board of directors? I doubt it. If there was a board of directors in this particular case, where before the referee between the membership and the executive, whether the oversight body, then therefore don't suspend Aisha. They will not forgo into all this problem here. Because it was strictly, that should have been, that would mean for the inside the SLAFA constitution or statutes, when that board of directors then for don't look say, well, we don't find some abnormalities now, we'll suspend you to conclude this case. Then the government for the FIFA for kind side say, well, we don't violate rule simply because that board of directors would have been part of the association. Same thing too with all the other associations. We get people that would act with impunity in another country. They hold associations to ransom because they're not answerable to anybody. And when government want to put on, they say, oh, government interferes because they get all their international bodies there. So how do you fix that? How do you fix that? You make sure say every single one of them bring the constitution can and put a sports ministry. Okay, would they determine until you meet these conditions, so you get a board of directors, they operate inside this country. How do you want that?
Okay, thank you very much, Leslie. Yes, Aaron, I asked Leslie that side. I think he talk about the other one, but being throw light to that such. I did talk about ACC now for call for that file about that match fixing we Aisha they talk about, so that then go just do one and for all, investigate everything and see how, or is it that now FIFA get for come after that match fixing, or we self not get the jurisdiction for ask for that filing now since we are suspended already and we're trying to clean our house? What's in a you take?
Yeah, well, you know, if the authority of football, regardless of football they play or not, Aisha Johansson mentioned thing about match fixing. Now the responsibility of the country, now we responsibility that for look at that. But I believe say if Aisha if therefore go court, if we go court, that case will come up and it will give the authorities them or the investigators them the opportunity for look at that. I believe say that will come up too, because in defense it must bring that up. You know, it will bring that up. Or even if you don't report them officially, no, we say they not go court it. If not something we say officially, if not something where no people they not misquote and they know. If you say that, the authorities then get right for go now and begin for look at that, all of that. You know, this problem, like you know, a big part how we see them. We all know that. We always take part in this program mentioned that a big part how we see them at the moment. You know, there are so many people that were involved in this. Let me mention about a board. You will then get what they call the Sports Council, where now the umbrella body of all the sports that we operate in the country. But the Sports Council itself is as weak as any of the organization in the. I mean, if football when at the primary sport in the country is that weak. Well, I mean, and now them organizations and functions and they make the sports. You begin to wonder what's in the role of the Sports Council in all of this. All of that, I think they get for coming to the spotlight. In as much as we look at football with FIFA, we never know what's in the other problem we get with the basketball federation, the International Basketball Federation. There are other, I believe there are other, problems than where the country they face in other sports discipline. But the National Sports Council self not push and see how. Then for that, they say, you know, sometimes when FIFA can say government not for interfere. Now, because sometimes the body that we responsible above the national sport, they not play their role. And the government not good. This president who will get, if you don't they want to with them on the NPRC, we not two then we win zone two. So you can imagine the passion we then get for the game. You know, I know they say they for do things where they're not supposed to do, but for let them ask questions, say why football not they go on. We need for clean house. I'm not teaching anything bad we then do. You know, so for answer your question, I think saying that. Now that I will get for say, but we get for look beyond everything. Listen, we can. I say this again. We can then reinstate Aisha Johansson. If all them football club they're with you, then say they're not the support them. You know, it come to nothing. It come to absolutely nothing. Then self get things then for say, then get something then get for come out. And why we know waiting at the problem between them and the national body. You know, they themselves get their own role where they play. They're not innocent. Some of them get involved into all of this mess. You know, you get this party, they support this party, they support this party. Now it lead to this. You know, we get to find a way. Just like what somebody say, if you get character, no matter how you good, if people are not they support you, out for your own good sake. I mean, just go away, let other person take part. I mean, if you know they do well or they not they support you, something not to your problem, something not their own problem. But by standing on the way because you get influence somewhere or you hold the whole country to ransom. I mean, not bought well. And just for respond to one person, we all mention Aisha Johansson. There's no way we could talk about football as it is in Salone without mentioning her. She's the president of the FA. Any organization that function well, as we know, where we can go stadium, we know that. You know, so I will stop there so far.
Make a quick comment on the board of directors. Yeah, I'd like to clarify something on that. Hello? Yes. The reason why I bring the board of directors issue or statement or concern is because I want for the country, we own country in particular. I'm not worried too much about other people in other countries, even though me concern I cover sports across Africa. But the point what I try to say is that for reduce this issue of so-called government interference, where people before when the government can want to say well this or that, they know how to say government interference, they run go to the sports governing bodies overseas, say the government interfere. Now the Trump card, now the children can use for say, well, no, na pull we or else go ban we. The reason I say this because government whether in a sports ministry or the National Sports Council, this is all part of government. They no go ever. None of the organs in the like way Arun just talk about this, say what he said National Sports Council there. National Sports Council not going even able to do that either, because if they do, they'll say it's still government interference. The reason I make us say the board, because the board is when you create a board, it becomes embedded in your constitution. And that constitution now you present to your sports governing body overseas, say this is our constitution. So when the board says something, they now say this is our government interference, so because the board is now part of your constitution.
Yeah, you're right.
So it's no longer an outside body. The board is now part of this entity. So each association forgets a board, with a referee between the membership and the executive, and also answerable to government. So when that's embedded in your constitution and that's accepted by the sports governing bodies overseas, it no longer becomes government interference.
Can make up this caller.
Leslie, I don't cut you. I see the point where you say. I really not cut. No, the point why this for this National Sports Council, the reason why I make all them clubs and the organization they come and form the National Sports Council. Now, like an umbrella body where they help them in ensuring that their functions they run smoothly, and that's not the point where I bring. You know,
right? I get you.
There's a fail in that. You know, sometimes this point where you bring so. I not say them be ever think of board. I don't know. Perhaps maybe Daniel will remind me. I not say any of them sport organization and they get board.
I don't think so.
Sometimes that
people are welcome.
Yes, no, Daniel.
Thank you.
Hold on, make a bring this we last caller because we can't round up now. Make a just bring we last caller. Yes, caller, you did live on air. Your name and also you call from. Caller, you did live on air. Your name and also you call from. Hello. Well, I think yes, he did on the line, but something attention the other side. But now for BB we last caller anyway because we can't round up now.
Okay.
And I come to you, Daniel.
Okay. Before we round up, I want to touch on this question we asked just now about if the ACC. I can tell you say that's a no. Let me tell you, in 2017 or late 2016, FIFA sent a delegation to Salone. Of course, therefore, Leone I know again say the very Fatma Samoa when I decided the Evidongo Salone. Then I can tell you, I say 2016-17, FIFA sent a delegation when Musa Bility, the former boss, football boss na Liberia, na only that delegation then go try for talk this thing between Aisha and SLFA and the stakeholders. Then get 3 days in Salone, then meet, then talk all kinds of things. When they left them, nothing happened. The same stuff. And I can tell you, I say that question we asked. Say if it's go do anti-corruption, if I let accept that, then they send their own person. Now under them guys, they send for come monitor the and it don't pass. Almost say what they don't take. So the players like that player we come from Italy na footballer. Now they all have suspension without the no judge in case they don't over 4 years they not play football. So the people who they punish so man don't like I know for other possible with America now. It is still they suspend and still the case not hard. So I did tell them I say something else they go on FIFA just take undue advantage. Like we say now the only country that's let's say for the past 5 years. And this Fatma Samoa, young country Senegal, football they play football. Look where they play up to the CAF almost in the semi-final. So why Sierra Leone? The FBI, the other what they call it, the swoop on the football like just last week. The Belgium police force they swoop on all the football beaucoup clubs in la Belgium. They go to the offices and seize paper. They go to the police. Why they would say again interference? Because that the country law, you know, they think all of me not say Aisha guilty, but let them allow anti-corruption do work and investigate all the football association and the organization, the work, sports organization, be it swimming or whatnot. Then and there, but I can tell you, Tripoli, elect anti-corruption do this ethics, what they call FIFA go want their own independently. I can stop so before we end up. So
okay.
Just
make I just go through the text and we don't come in. All right, thank you, Daniel. Make I just go through the text and we don't come in quick. Okay. Idris Hotel, they say, we for ask the question, what if FIFA stand for gain by this kind stand way FIFA don't take so. He said the money where FIFA they send to Salone, as support. Now, who they watch over the money? He say, na Aisha, in the ask question. Ramatu Nyelenke, he say, only God know waiting Aisha team up on top. He say, but God go expose them in Jesus' name. And then Basef agree with and say, amen. We get Usman Ba say, he say corruption na the cancer way they eat we nation make FIFA wait make we settle first. Then later we go talk to them. Say Salone na nation, not a football team. Then they come up from Usman Ba. I just see Oris say, he say 5 years we home league. No play. He says, so how Leone Star go qualify? So now we need for grow up the team after the ban and we go come back hard. I think I go cut a short. We get a lot of text, but I just then few and there I go read and we go just, yes, Daniel, I come back to you. Waiting at your final word for today on program, sir.
Well, Tipule and me panelists and me co-presenter on SBS Radio and TV, Aruna Shidin and Mr. Leslie Koma, me trusted brother, Africa Sports Monthly. It's a pity we follow ourselves in this quagmire. But as we all don't put what now, we are the people who will like sports. Now this program now, we don't do a lot about sports. But what I don't find out of late, them political appointments are some of the overwhelmed for help Salone sports. The last Minister we PC Bengal Paul Kamara in our colleague journalists when himself come mess up. Now they all begin this year in some stakeholders that they gang up for bring Aisha. When they bring Aisha now, well, not to be the wrong person per se, not to be the wrong person, and wrong person now in footballer they go under. Come then sports council there. We not see the 10 for the same political appointment. The last one I gave them input under Paul Kamara and go bring somebody from England and not be nothing about sports. So unfortunately this court of arbitration will they talk. They don't know them send. So for them they put some people and they like the sports council, the director of sports. Now possible for be advanced with sports. Know the nitty-gritty about sports, not only football. But unfortunately, I don't know for this man now, me not be this new sports director. But in the advice government take away let's issue. That thing they know it's not government interfere. Now the sports council will enshrine in the constitution of Sierra Leone for govern all sports. But if you don't get the right people who they work there, the right people who they take because of political appointments, they don't know nothing. You don't forget sports that way they study, sports administration, study and the let's don't study so. So me, what I say people for round up all. We just say Ibuatana ducks back. We go for wait until ACC court case done on Aisha and see if she could be reinstated. After which we'll call for Congress. Because as I can tell you, I will let you know say for free. Then clubs and so-called stakeholders, the one they don't mess up, they will say they need to play under Aisha. So it's a waste of time. Now wait until ACC case done. And then we see the way forward because now we don't get much for say again about Salone. Pastor Mo will serve this suspension, this indefinite suspension, we say ban, and then we look for the way forward. After ACC the stuff, it's a pity. Why they report sports and then they put Salone, they feel bad. So now we hold on and wait until, but again, I will hand up for say ACC go for widening the scope of investigation, not only for SLFA, all the football clubs and the sport bodies in the country. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Daniel Oldfield from Edmonton, Canada. That's why I go bring in Leslie Koroma. You can give me your final word for today on program, sir.
Okay, well, thank you for bringing me on the program. One possible way, the one that we know, also are very passionate about sports, and also possibly across the board, from Morocco to South Africa, to wherever you name it, I'm there. They cover sports, and I'm very well versed in what they go on different parts of the world and what they happen inside sports. I say they happen right now. Sports is a multi-billion-dollar industry. And for them, we are the condition with this, so we know they benefit from sports as a nation. We don't generate so much employment in the country. It's a shame, not really a shame. And that's because a lot of people them within position where they find themselves within sports, so money where they bring themselves inside sports, then they come in with the wrong reasons. And but if you come in with sports because you're passionate about sports and you want to understand, you're willing for learning, you learn fast, and you start to contribute, that's different. But when you come in, you help, you kind of decides that you only objective now for can make money, then you get the wrong objective. Because money they come anyway, regardless. Now all this is what they talk about. So all this money when they fed for. This small money when they fed for. If you really develop that league in that country, they will get major sponsorship, international sponsorship, and other things away will the country bring come in. And guess what? That 2-3 million what they talk about now chump change. If we allow the sport to truly develop with a very short time, that league day will make over $20-30 million. Not only $20-30 million. But then people are get for learn for be patient for understand, say, you get for develop the sport and put yourself in a position for compete with other leagues internationally, for put you people in a position where they say the country in league will become one of the well-known leagues in the world. It's not impossible. But then if it's impossible, man can just give this opinion, say, winners alone will not go ever reach that level, and then just defeat themselves completely. You know, say, well, we'll not ever get to that kind of point today. So my point is, people then get for land for allow for they will develop sports in the country, first of all. And right now, the sports minister, the director of sports, deputy directors of sports, they get for take time and really study the situation there. In the Slafa situation, then it's cut and done, not to team where we get for like where the office says, it's like where you throw water up the doctor back in. There's nothing we can do about it right now till ACC in case done. That's it. Before we're able to engage FIFA. After with the case on done, we're able to engage FIFA. But this is a time when the Minister of Sports and his team could really look at hitting the reset button across the board, not just with SLAFA, but with all other associations. And there's a lot of dysfunctionality in other associations. And, you know, from athletics to other sports and boxing. Last year, this last 3-4 years, let me go to one go settle rift differences between the two factions inside athletics last year, 2017. Let me go talk peace between them. You know, all that happened because why? Because there's a lot of dysfunction. People with the wrong idea about what sports mean to their eye or what it don't mean to them. The one they were supposed to benefit the athletes them. The athletes were supposed to benefit, not the benefit. Instead of the worst enemies or the so-called administrators them. You know, and which is you're not supposed to be that way. We in our sports, now you job for look out for the athletes and you position for look out for the players them. Aisha in place, now you're supposed to look out for them, the man they are where they play football in the country, including the one that they're accused of match fixing. Before you take case go to FIFA, go say there was match fixing here, which makes you investigate internally first of all before you go accuse them to FIFA. Now don't talk major bonus, don't talk major issue. Yeah. Who don't can destroy some man in career. Whether they not now. Okay. They destroyed. They're scarred for life.
Exactly.
You know, they're scarred for life. If they don't resolve internally first of all, before they get away under. In South Africa, what they accuse South Africa, what did South Africa do? Yeah. It's not going anywhere inside South Africa because South Africa is so strong that there's nothing they will do to them. Nothing whatsoever. So now we get for suffer because now we don't get where we set together. We get too many differences. We effect to say too much. Over chump change. Again, I repeat myself. Over chump change. Money, they say they see $2 million and facing a big money where if we allow the sport for development of the country, in less than 5 years, that country, they're going to make over $30-40 million.
Now for people that listen, some people in the bank account and they hostel they go.
All right, thank you very much, Leslie Koma. Thank you for your time. Really, they try for the bring you in one team by the spot for the help we join Daniel Oldfield. And I also go bring you Arun Rashid. What's in your final word for today, sir?
You know, I just want to say this not for be the final discussion on this, particularly this panel. I believe say we for come back, we all for the follow up. You know, it give us the opportunity for no say there is a sports program out there. You know, we Leslie the one way I know but I will begin follow up that. You know, I know say other people already listen say will follow up, but for come back to we own you know, and like we all say, I mean the problem big pass the confine we look at now, that football around Aisha. I mean, it's the whole sporting sector in the country, and just like we learn today, so maybe if we get, but even at that, so let's say if we get board of directors, if they get involved in this, we get for find a way, just like we will last speaker say, we get for find a way for invest in this game or all the sports game. If we put the money for this amount of money and then we send people, all that's not to make this game go before. It's so disappointing. What we do with the spitting at the face of them people that we struggle. We play this game. People that come out and where they hold on that goal, some of them still there. Them man and them bring joy and put Salone on the map with this beautiful game. But also day today. People that you find out, say people that will not even kick ball like we not kick. Now we had the most trouble maker them in that country in terms of undermining this game. And it's wrong, it is so wrong, I think besides the ACC, then get for look, even maybe the police department also, then get for look into a lot of other things that we, sometimes other problem that we get for do with sport. All that responsible for all these failures. When they talk about football, and we call football now the big. If maybe just like we say, the athletics association come on, necessarily no problem. If the basketball, the volleyball association, all of the associations there, they do so well, and we waste the potentials they will get in that country. It's so disappointing. People and the way spend their money. Somebody go free tongue, now go settle a dispute. Let's say as it tell we, and settling that dispute, it means they give us spend some money, tell we that. Yeah, it's true. And now so people that spend money for some of the games that will be now people and they spend their own money. And this game, there's so much money in football, there's so much money in all of these sports. We will not need for people and not need for they put their own personal money. See how much money some of the African players and they sign contract alone. But beside that, when it comes even within Africa, the TV rights and all that, and the money with football they bring is so much. I hope we go find a way for solve this problem. And like I say again, I wish you will get us back in the future. We need to continue to say in this. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
People, I can imagine what is some people in the plan now. We Ghana before play Salone inside Salone Monday. So man don't make the ticket put in a corner for service before the game. Trust me, I wouldn't know that. Okay, bro.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm Daniel Oldfield. Thank you, Arun Rashidin, and thank you, Leslie Kuruma. Thank you, guys.